Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Nikki. I'm a homeschooling mama to an only child going into 4th grade. So today I want to talk to you all about Curiosity Chronicles. I want to tell you my year-end review of Curiosity Chronicles, and if that is something that interests you, keep watching. All right, so if you are new here, we have struggled with history for pretty much up until this homeschooling point, until we found Curiosity Chronicles. So this curriculum is something that my daughter absolutely loved. She is really into history, I have found, where that is like the opposite of me. And so it's been really hard to find something that we can both love, and this works. Now there are some flaws I would say that I don't love about the curriculum, but I want to tell you everything I do love first. So this book it's a decent size. We did not finish this. We do plan on moving forward with this into our 4th grade year. I didn't think we were going to do that, but she has mentioned that she really enjoys this curriculum, so we're going to add it back in. So let me show you. This is a conversationally formed curriculum. So it is 2 characters, Ted and Mona, and like I said, it's in conversation form. So you can choose to be Ted, you could choose to be Mona, and your child can be the other character, and you just read through it like a story. They're basically telling you about the facts in the book, which is 100% awesome. So it is in color, which is another plus. They have really, really good pictures throughout the book. And I find that it is very easy for my child to read. There's nothing that is overly confusing about it. We got to chapter 11, I believe. No, 13, where it's Hatshepsut builds wonders. That was what I just kind of previewed. But this is their ancient history level. So you can check out their website. They have, I believe, a few other levels, but this is for ancient history. So that is what we started with. And then it comes with, or it doesn't come, you can select however package you want to order. But this is the activity guide. So this has supplemental reading, suggestions. It has cross-references, hands-on activity instructions, answer keys, and like vocabulary and pronunciation guides, important words from each chapter. But the hands-on activities, that is the best part. So this this part is more towards like the teacher, like this is the teacher's like instructor's guide or whatever. So it's going to have the people in the chapter, the places in the chapter, things in the chapter. It's going to have your comprehension questions for the reading that you just completed. It's going to have what do you think questions, so kind of like analytical type questions. It's going to have your vocabulary words, the timeline. So the timeline is a fun component that I'm going to show you in just a second, how I incorporate the timeline into this. But anyway, it has the timeline. It has like a map work section where you can like find the places that you're going over on a map. It has coloring pages. It has the picture book and chapter book selections, the references and the pages of what they are referencing. And then lastly, they have these hands-on activities. Now, I love this part. It gives you multiple activities that you can pick from, and it gives you like an easy one or a hard one. Now, most of these are things that you can get in your house. You don't need to purchase, but some you do, like you might. Like this one, supplies, paper plate, green paper, 2 different shades, glue, scissors. And that's making victory laurels, whatever that is. Or you can make a Roman toga with a bed sheet, safety pins. You could build a Roman building, which is going to be your more like sophisticated project. And then they always have a Minecraft project at the end that your child can incorporate into their Minecraft world. If your kids are big on Minecraft, this might be very appealing to you. But they have like what they expect you to build in your Minecraft. So that is pretty fun. I love that there's so many good like resources and nuggets in here that you can easily cater this to however you wish to achieve or do this curriculum. Now for the timeline, I believe they have like a lap book type style printout. I chose not to go that route. So I bought these School Nest notebooks, and the School Nest notebooks have history timeline. So in the book, it has timeline, like an already set out timeline. So what we did is I printed, they give you these in the curriculum. I printed this on sticker paper. And so whenever we go through each chapter, we then go and print it out, the little thing in the timeline book, so that we can go back and look through it, and there'll be like, it'll probably be through one period, right? Because we're going over the ancient times. And it's even states like in this book that this is the ancient times. So love these School Nest notebooks. And that has been fun for her and easy. It's not something that we have to like spend a lot of time on. It's just like, oh, hey, here's the sticker. Let's put it in the timeline book. Then we are doing our own version of notebooking. So they have things, but we're just choosing to do our own. So I just bought a cheapo notebook from the dollar store, and we are printing and adding things that was talked about in the chapter. So for chapter 7, for instance, it was Egypt prepares for after life. And then it has, she wrote her name in hieroglyphics. And then she took a picture of a prehistoric mummy. And then, you know, it talks about the building of pyramids. So this is just something that we chose to do to remember the chapters, and then she can go back and see the things that she did. So we have done this pretty much for every chapter that we've done. And then there is the student's guide. So the student's guide has all of like things that you can print out. It has the comprehension questions. Let me get to a page that we haven't done so I can show you. Okay. So as you can see, like there's a coloring page. There's the vocabulary, which is kind of just like a drag a line to the right vocabulary word. And then there's comprehension questions. I don't make her write them. We just have a discussion about them because we have other things that we write in all the time. So I don't push my luck there. And then we have like the what do you think questions. And then here is the timeline pieces of adding to our timeline. And then this is the map. So they can find, like it says, color the Persian Empire, your favorite color, label Europe, Asia, Africa. And then they have a word search. It's not all the same for each week, but some stuff is. That we have another coloring page. And then this is the, like a game. So this is like Empire Dice. And I'm assuming like the instructions are in the teacher's guide. So and then that is like the activity, I imagine. And then we're on to the next chapter. So like tons of different types of activities in here and things for the student to do. Sometimes we do this, sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's just a discussion more than a actual like workbook thing. It really just depends on the day, how much time we have, and how interested she is in that chapter's topic. So I'm kind of catering it to like going with the flow. I'm not like enforcing that she does all of the things on the page. But yeah, we love it. Now, the only thing that I don't love about the textbook in particular, I think it's a well-made textbook, but like there are, like when I was just trying to tell you, when I was just trying to read this, however you say that, I wish that the like how to say the word was written there. That is my only real gruff about it. But it also has these features of the timeline on the bottom of the book as you go, which is kind of nice as well. It has want to know more, so you can dive in deeper or go on like rabbit trails. But that is kind of like the pronunciation thing is probably the only thing. But someone did tell me that it's in the instructor's guide. So let me just look. If I go to chapter 12 or 13. So so this is chapter 13, what we haven't done yet. Now, it does have people in this chapter. So it has the, like, how to say the Amun Ra. It says Amun Ra. And then this is Hatshepsut. So I guess it lists how to say some of the things in the teacher's instruction, but I don't always have that open when we're reading out of the textbook. So for me, I wish that they would incorporate that in the actual textbook, but I like that, you know, it is still there. It's just, that's just my little pet peeve about it, is that I wish that it was written in the textbook for the child as well, because they're also reading part of the script, right? So you want them to understand how to say some of the words and not just rely on me and the teacher's instruction to do that. Because a lot of the time she likes to read the whole thing. So anyways, we really liked Curiosity Chronicles. We took a break like midway through our 3rd grade year, and we decided to work on some science. I'm horrible with science as well, but I wish I didn't. I think we just had so much on our plate and that this felt overwhelming, even though we truly liked it. So this is kind of my approach to next year, is I want to do the things that she really wants to do. So she really wants to incorporate this, which wasn't part of my plan, but we're going back to it. We're going to finish it and look into possibly another level from the curriculum company. So I hope this gave you a glimpse into Curiosity Chronicles. I highly recommend it. I hope you check them out. They are a secular curriculum, or they have a thing in the front of their book, which I can happily read really quick before we So this book is intended to serve a child's first introduction to history and is targeted for elementary children. It's written to the homeschool family in mind, and the book is 36 chapters long, so it can be completed in a traditional 36-week school year. This book is written in dialogue between 2 characters and serves to keep the text conversational and accessible for the child. The lines of the character Ted are shorter and typically include some simpler words, and Mona's are longer and more complex. Reading along is, of course, optional and will vary based on a child's reading level and interest. Then there's like a statement of bias where they talk about everyone has a bias, or everyone has an agenda, and in writing and choosing a history book, which is especially true. History itself is biased. The problem with history is there's simply too much of it. It is impossible to write a book that includes all historical facts. A writer must choose which facts to include, so this introduces bias. Then there's a problem that the historical facts do not speak for themselves. They must be presented in context and interpreted. This is another huge opportunity for bias to enter in. How do you connect the historical facts together? Which theory do you use? So history, perhaps more than any other subject, is biased. It has to be. So they simplified this textbook selection process, and this is their statement of bias. These are the biases that they have and the ones that they're consciously aware of that have guided them into writing of the book. They've made an active effort to identify and edit out the unconscious bias that accidentally slipped into the book. So this book is intended to be secular. It does not present a religious worldview. My presentation of the facts should be in line with current academics. As such, I have chosen to use the BCE CE dating system, since it is the standard system in many academic fields. So they have made this accessible to people of all faiths or lack thereof. Religion is discussed when relevant to history, but is always presented as belief. I do not deal with which beliefs are true or false in any way. Instead, they focus religious discussions on their impact on daily life. So that's just a little bit of their very long letter to the parents, but we love it. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Let me know if you have used Curiosity Chronicles, what your thoughts are, or if you have used the other levels. Let me know which one's your favorite in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video.